Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I am Colette Marie Steffen, and I have a tale to tell from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. This is a general, timeless, collective reading that will resonate with 80% of the collective on some level. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. Do you love to multitask? Then this reading is for you. Sitting in front of a computer or TV screen automatically engages your logical mind, distracting you from feeling your intuitive hits. And the universe responds to action. So cleaning or working on your home and yard, walking or running, etc., or on the opposite end, laying or sitting in a meditative state while you listen, will empower you to receive valuable information and strong energetic shifts. As always, if you're driving or operating heavy machinery, give that your full attention. The first card out defines the leading weakness. And the first card out in the oracle that came out is the karmic space of abusive power. But before we get fully into the reading, I'm just going to take a minute for a quick energetic upgrade so you can receive the most benefit. Put energy into your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. This is your biocomputer. We want to connect this on all levels to the higher self network, similar to the regular internet. From your mind, soul, oversouls, higher self, the universe, and God. Back to the universe, higher self, oversouls, your soul, mind, into your physical body through your brain, spine, heart, primordial cells, subcells, into the quantum field, molecular, atomic, subatomic, nuclei, subnuclei. And without further ado, here is the tale. But I first want to thank you in advance for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and donations. You are very much appreciated. Abuse of power. Abuse of power is a common karmic space because if we've lived it all, you've probably experienced it at some point in your life. Abuse of power is common in, institutions such as government, religions, cults is coming up, communities, and in families. And abuse of power trickles down from the top to the bottom. So in families, grandparents pass that down to their, to your parents and your parents, to you and your siblings, and so forth. And abuse of power is, the next card out is the innocence card, which would be equivalent to the star card in the tarot. And it is really common for people who are abusive to choose people to abuse that they perceive to be naive. And quite often they mistake innocence for naivety. You, as a person, can choose to not become bitter by situations that have occurred in your life and, stay in a state of innocence without being naive. And abuse of power is very, very common when people who abuse power do not pick on people who are not a star. So this star energy attracts people because they want something that you have. The next card is about swimming with sharks. And swimming with sharks is one of my tactic cards. This one is about dissemination of information. So this is regarding a group of people or individuals that are abusing the information and confusing it as much as they can so that a group or individuals within a group become confused and start being suspicious of each other and breaking up the energy of the common purpose why the group was formed in the first place. In the next card in the oracle is the zodiac sign of Leo. So in a general collective reading, The energy, when the zodiac cards come up, this is more of a state of being rather than an individual person. As I go on to clarify the energy, we'll get more into if this is an actual Leo involved or if this is just that energy. So the Leo energy is about being a leader in a strong state or a follower in a weak state. And so this is being a leader is not always the easiest path to take, and it may appear that you're out there when you're leading and it may feel weak. Having said that, in the end, when all the cards are down, being in a state of leadership rather than following abusive people is going to benefit you much more. So, that's being taking us to the next card, which is another karmic space. And this one is lack of awareness. So, lack of awareness is a dangerous place to be. I'm getting that most of you that are listening right now are pretty aware because you wouldn't be listening to this if you weren't. You wouldn't have been attracted to it. Having said that, the weakness that's coming up is the subconscious mind. So, lack of awareness comes when the subconscious mind, which is formed by the time you're 6 or 7 by your experiences growing up, and the unconscious mind, which is your spiritual experiences, not being congruent with your conscious mind. So there's a disconnect in the information there somewhere. So we're going to strengthen all three, and in particular, the subconscious mind. Going into the throat chakra, which is harmony. So harmony within creates harmony without. So if you're in a state of harmony, you're able to speak your truth, and regardless of what others are saying to you or trying to convince you. And as I said, people who are abusive do not choose to abuse people who don't have some quality that they want or something that they want. And the next card out is the heart chakra. So, yeah, speaking from your heart and being in that heart energy. This is coming up like having the courage and the energy to love yourself. The saying on this card is falling or failing in love is a matter of I. No one can love you any more than you love yourself. So it's really important to understand that you you don't want to be beating yourself up. You may have fallen for something, or you've fallen into a situation and you're really being hard on yourself, or you're just it's closed your heart. And so we want to get everybody to be in a strong, open heart. Having said that, having strong internal and external boundaries, from the internal and external dynamics being directed your way. This takes us into the next card, which is insightful. And insightful is about your third eye, using your intuition. And the best scenario is using your intuition and taking in those downloads, those intuitive hits, and then applying logic to that for creative solutions to empower you in the situation that you're in. This leads us to integrity. And integrity speaks for itself. Integrity is when you're doing and taking actions that are that are strong. And it also integrity means that you're integrated. So this is bringing up again the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind being strong, so that you have awareness of what's happening and staying within your integrity and not allowing others to pull you, off your center, remaining centered and stable and balanced, so that no one can pull you off your center. And the next card is father figures. And so father figures, it's just coming up with this card that there definitely is authority figures involved here, and it's likely a father or someone you look up to as being a father, or you are a father. Also, fathering is coming up. So we're just going to strengthen all those situations for clear communication with fathers and father figures. This could also be the father of your children, or if you are a father of children, staying in your integrity with your family is what's coming up. That leads us into the Piscean energy, the zodiac sign of Pisces. So, the zodiac sign of Pisces is weakening a lot of people energetically right now because we just moved out of a 2,600 and some year period of Piscean energy. And we moved into Aquarius, in the last few years. So, we're in the baby steps of Aquarian energy right now, and these are two very different states. The Piscean energy is, feeling and emotions, and the Aquarian energy is more mental, AI and technology, a lot of thinking. And the sign for Pisces is two fish with their tails tied together and trying to swim in the same direction and or swim with the current. And this energy is kind of like a lot of people right now being feeling like they are a fish out of water, because the Aquarian energy is, dominated by air. This takes us into some fiery energy, Sagittarian, and Sagittarius energy is about adventure. It's about contraction or expansion. So, in a strong state of being, expansion occurs. Being willing to take on new adventures, new people, new relationships, new places, travel, and this can be on several levels at once, so it can feel a little bit overwhelming if you're in the more Pisces energy and all of a sudden you're being asked to expand. But on a weak state, it's about contraction, which will really put you in a standstill. Yeah, moving into the next card, we have the uh, the card of the generator, and the generator is a beautiful golden dragon holding the pearl of wisdom, and she's sitting on her throne, which is a generator crystal, and in the flow of life and able to go along with the flow, totally confident that that the energy is moving into a strong state of being. And that takes us then into the devotion card. And devotion is also temperance in the tarot. So this would be a card of having patience. This is also Sagittarian energy, the patience. A lot of Sagittarian energy, because they're very game for adventure and wanting to hit that bullseye, can be very impatient about it. It's also, the devotion means being devoted to your purpose. And it's, we want to be really strong if you have a career, or you're making career moves, or even your career might be your family. And you want to be strong to having your purpose, strong to your career. It's a lot more fun that way. And that takes us into the energy, which is another karmic space of worldly and other worldly desires. So, a lot of times, people can get into with abuse of power quite often. People are doing it for material gain, and also out of fear of lack. And the but on the other side, people can become too spiritual and not participate fully in life because they're not willing to reach for material items. So we want to have a really strong balance there and have strong boundaries. to that. And this really, again, as I said, it's very empowering to have your career connected to your finances and to your purpose. If you're in your purpose in life, your spiritual purpose, you're going to be way stronger to achieving your goals. That takes us into the karmic space of ego. And the ego, a lot of people confuse the ego with self identity. It's not self identity that I'm speaking about here. It's about, allowing the ego to rule. And, that's like an energy of, I deserve this, even though I didn't earn it. Or, like, because we're talking about abuse of power here. So it's about taking from others what a person feels is their right to do because they're following their ego rather than their true self, their true desires. Everybody loses out in that situation. This takes us into Virgo energy. And Virgo energy is about a young adult. So, if a person's in this energy of being able to look at the details of life, this is about analytical criticism, or it can be on a weak state about anal critique. So you really want to know where to draw that line, especially when you feel like you're in judgment of yourself or of others. Moving into the mother's worry card. And so this is not just coming up mother's worry, but it's coming up worry in general. And of course, when there's abuse of power, it does cause worry. And we want to really get strong to this because mothers are taught to worry about their children, and worrying never does any good. It actually is the leading weakness for any child. So we want to get strong to the external and internal dynamics and have really strong boundaries. Understanding what we can control at this time and what we cannot control empowers us to be able to move forward in a stronger state. This is taking us into the sun. Yeah, if you can let go of the worry and the fear, then you will be able to shed light on your situation. Fear is a very low vibration, and that's why people who abuse power uh, are, they use fear tactics to cause people to go into a state of worry because they know it lowers the vibration. And that takes us into the baby of the water signs, the Cancer energy. This is all about feeling. Think about prepubescent, you know, teenage girls that are, they feel everything. So this is really about being either engaged in your feelings or being entrenched in them. What may be helpful if you feel entrenched in your feelings is to recognize that you, say, are not really feeling sad. You are feeling the emotion of sadness. And you could choose to instead feel a different emotion and get strong to feeling that emotion. So we're going to strengthen that to the happiness that the sun is bringing in. When you let go of the worry and take consistent steps of action towards your goals, regardless if that is just, the smallest thing that you can do to improve your situation at that time. And this brings us to the final card in the Oracle, which, of course, I just love how the cards came out here, is, with abuse of power, the Devil card came out. And so my Devil card is very different from a lot of the tarot or oracle cards. A lot of times they're very scary looking. My Devil card or Temptation card is a beautiful dragonfly. She's pink and she's adorned with crystals. And this is about sensuality and, being in that energy. So a lot of times, the devil isn't going to tempt people with scary things, not in the beginning. The devil is going to tempt people with sensuality and having beautiful things. As I said, there's nothing wrong with beautiful things. It's about how you obtain those beautiful things. So that's going to take us into clarifying this energy. So we're going to clarify, I'm clarifying the energy with playing cards, and then I'll do another round with the tarot, just so we can get even deeper into it and get more knowledge out of this reading. So going back to the first card, the abuse of power is clarified by the seven of diamonds. And actually two cards fell out here. The seven of diamonds, funnily enough, is self-reflection regarding the exploitation of vulnerability and innocence. So this seven of diamonds fell out with the two of hearts, and the two of hearts is about a couple, or like it's usually a sexual relationship. But what's coming up with this is there's either seven groups, seven people that are involved. There's a lot of abusive energy here. And then the two of hearts is about it being led by a couple, but it's more, the word coupling comes up more than couple. And I'm getting a lot of bisexual energy from this these cards. And so this could be about two men, two women, a man and a woman. And what's also coming up is that the seven groups or seven individuals that are involved are possibly being led or dominated by this couple. And it's just coming up, they're all coupling. So take that if it resonates with you. And the next energy was the innocence card, and this is being defined by the Jack of Diamonds. So the Jack of Diamonds is generally a younger energy that is a sincere offer with roots to build a legacy. So this energy is a strong card. And of course, being on the innocence card, this is the innocence card is also would be the star card in the tarot. And abusive people don't pick on people who don't have something that they want. So this group of individuals, or seven groups of people, are picking on this energy of innocence because there is a strong energy coming in for that person. And that brings us to the swimming with sharks. And that was defined by the Four of Hearts. This is about rejection. So if you've been rejected by someone, an individual, or a group, remember that rejection is often God's protection. And that takes us into the Leo energy. And that was defined by the Nine of Hearts. And so, yeah, if you don't fall for, um, being dragged into the situation and remaining a leader, following your heart, then the Nine of Hearts is about serendipity. It's about, being able to la 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 la, just carry on and ignore them. Don't give them any of your energy. It can be really challenging to do because when there's this much abusive energy involved, I'm getting that these people are actually working together and taking turns to like really turn this on. So that means you have something very valuable that these people want. So that's the good news. Moving into the awareness or the lack of it, that was defined by the Three of Diamonds. And so this is, yeah, a strong collaboration due to mastery of a skill set. So as I said, people who are abusive are going to choose to abuse someone that has something that they want. And moving into the harmony, This is about speaking your truth and having a strong throat chakra. And this energy was defined by the nine of spades. And this is worry causing sleepless nights. So, once again, that worry energy is coming up. But I'm getting in this instance, like if you are strong to being a leader and leading with, speaking your truth or just staying not speaking to these people, not involving yourself in this situation, then you are going to be able to move into that heart energy, the heart chakra energy. And that is defined by the Four of Clubs. The Four of Clubs is a strong card for wish fulfillment, and it's an 1111 portal that is ultimate success. And this success can be very instant. It's freedom to move into your true, authentic, heartfelt desires. The next card was the insightful. And so insightful is defined by the two of diamonds. This is about juggling options, two of diamonds. So it can also be about multitasking as we are doing now, but it can be about juggling morals and ethics. It can be about juggling people. And that comes up again with this bisexual energy that I keep picking up. The two of diamonds and the two of hearts together. And then moving into like with that intuit, using your intuition around that takes us into integrity. And integrity is clarified by the Eight of Clubs, and this is about conception. So this can be the flow of life. This is about what's happening like right now, and this is like the egg of life, and it's about to hatch. So this card is coming up, like this can mean an actual pregnancy, or it can be an idea that you have that you're thinking about moving forward with. This is really strong energy about integrating the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind and being strong to that goal. And also, if you're not wanting to be pregnant, just be aware of that because this energy is coming in really strong. The father figures is defined by the Jack of Hearts, and the Jack of Hearts is a possible apology coming in. So this could be regarding a father figure that is feeling apologetic, or that you feel you deserve an apology from a father figure. So remember, whether you get that apology or not, forgiveness is not about the other person. Forgiveness is about forgiving yourself for your participation in perhaps what has put you in a more difficult situation. And also, this energy of being able to forgive for yourself so that you're not mired down by this abusive energy, leading into the sink or swim of Piscean energy. And this is defined like if you can keep that energy strong, it's defined by the Ace of Clubs. And the Ace of Clubs is a new passion for discovery. It's new energy coming in, strong energy. And so we want to really strengthen that for everybody, like being able to not be mired down by the emotions, being able to rein them in so that you can move forward in a really strong way into that Sagittarian energy. And the Sagittarian energy is defined by the King of Spades. And this is generally commanding. It's a masculine energy, not necessarily a male, but someone who's in their masculine energy. And it's a commanding judicial figure. So there seems to be some legalities involved in this, or like the court. Um, it's also coming up around courting, which is usually dating. So, this is about a king of spades, maybe not 100% in their integrity with their dating options. And that's moving us into the mother's worry card. I'm just getting that um, the mother's worry is being defined by the three of clubs, which is teamwork to realize authentic desires. So, but it's coming up with that King of Spades energy just before it, of possibly someone who is not in their authentic desires, with the abuse of power defining this reading. So, just being really aware that someone is really putting some teamwork. And that's what I was picking up from the abuse of power with the Seven of Diamonds and the Two of Hearts. That energy, there's a lot of energy being poured into this. So there's something that these people really want, and it's just coming up that they will pretty much do anything to realize that goal. So the next card is the Virgo energy, and this is coming up again, paying attention to detail and not being in that anal critique. This again is coming up, the bisexual energy. So, getting it up the, you know what, kind of energy, staying clear, not of not saying that there's anything wrong with being bisexual. It's just defining this energy of not being so anal on yourself. And also, it's coming up anal on others, so that you can see, look at the details and see what is working for you and what is not. And this is being defined by the Six of Clubs, which is about victory. And it's about victory because you were able to control emotions. So this can be um, I'm not even getting that this is everyone's energy. This is more the energy of the people that are abusing the power, wanting, so perhaps there's some sort of energy there where they don't want people to find out the details in their lives. And, that goes to that King of Spades, that judicial figure coming in right after the father figures and the Piscean energy, moving into the karmic space of ego. So that is defined by the Seven of Hearts. And yeah, that's about broken promises. It's about, avoid emotional reactions that don't belong to you. These people want you to react. And the less you react, the more aggressive they get. But what's happening is it's really working against them, not for them, because they're in the devil energy, and the devil can only see the dark. The devil doesn't have the whole picture like God does. So the devil can't see the sun. The devil can only see the darkness. And, a lot of time, Capricorn energy is about, is the devil energy, because this is the epitome kind of material gain and material wants and desires. And so it's not um, surprising that that is coming out in this way, moving into the energy of the sun, and that's the Four of Diamonds. And the Four of Diamonds is it's about being tired of being tired. So it's like, it's just coming up, this energy, this abusive energy, is to wear people down to the point where they just give up. And so this is about, carrying on, moving forward in a strong way, as strong as you can, with the sun behind it. And so, as long as you stay in that energy of looking for the light in the situation and allowing yourself to be in a strong uh, power within yourself, that, and not giving in to quitting, is what's coming up. This abusive energy would like nothing better than for you to give up right now. And so don't give up. Keep going. And the sun is shining, even if you can't see it. And what's coming up, the sun always, we start the next day off, the sun rises in the east. And, when the sun rises, it's a new light being shed on the situation. So moving into that Cancer energy, which is about feeling. And this is either being engaged in your feeling with that happiness and the sunshine energy and moving forward with your life, or being entrenched in these other abusive people's negative energy. So we're just going to strengthen that. That's being defined by the Two of Spades. And the Two of Spades is let go of the rope. If you're in a tug of war that you don't want to be in with abusive people, just let go of the rope. You know what happens when you watch a tug of war and you let go of the rope? Everybody goes flying backwards. So just let go. This is not. Don't involve yourself in their energy. Focus on the sunshine. That doesn't mean like faking it till you make it kind of energy. This means authentically moving forward by um, feeling the sunshine, like allowing yourself to move forward in that energy. And the Cancer energy is again very, you can become very entrenched in that, in negative energies, and letting go of the rope just allows you to feel the sunshine. And then the last card, like the Devil energy, doesn't have the same power over you. This The devil is being defined by the King of Pentacles, which is absolutely not surprising because, as I said, the devil energy is quite often about earthly desires and material gains, and the devil is most likely to tempt people with things they want rather than things they don't want. The don't wanting part comes later because everything the devil does come with a price, and it may take generations to collect, but eventually the devil's going to collect. And what a lot of people don't realize is the devil, in many ways, works for God to clarify, not so much works for God, but it works for God because the devil energy clearly shows eventually who's on which side of that scale. And so, once again, thank you for your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, etc. And we're going to move, if you're wanting to have even more clarity in this reading, we're going to move into using the tarot deck to just clarify it a little bit further one more time and see if we can just get a little bit more knowledge to clarify this. So the first card out on abusive power is the Temperance card. So this is about having patience and being in a state of like, this is also Sagittarian energy, the Temperance energy. This is about being willing to go on new adventures and having the patience with your. It's coming up with yourself to be able to be in a position where you're willing to, like, not give in. So this is about moderation and your ability to analyze the situation, using your wisdom, and creating security, and this is about purity, which of course takes us into that Innocence card, and that is defined or clarified by the Knight of Swords, and this is in the reverse. So the Knight of Swords energy is an energy of, enthusiasm and loyalty and victory and glory. But when it's in the reverse, it's about harsh disputes, rage, arrogance, and unfair defeat. And so that, of course, goes, that's clarifying the Innocence card. So this is about, holding strong. And the next card was the Swimming with Sharks, and that's clarified by the, let's see, the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles energy is in the upright. This is about the future, motherhood, completion of studies, if you've been like in school, new discoveries, and having trust in a partnership. So if people are abused quite often, it makes them suspicious of everyone. So you want to be able to be strong to not turning everybody away and becoming bitter. That's that energy of the not falling for the energy of giving up your innocence and becoming bitter, and the whole world is like this. The whole world isn't like this. It's just that these people are putting a lot of energy into abusing power. The next card out defining the Leo energy is the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups energy is um let's see, how is this looking? It's like the 9 of Hearts and the Leo energy. So the 7 of Cups energy is coming up as fantasy, imagination, using your imagination, dreams. This is also people who have artistic inspirations. And so this is about creativity. It's also coming up creative solutions to the problem. And yeah, it feels like there could be one or two Leos involved in this energy. Like actually, on the card here, I've got, this is teenage boy energy. So it's people playing, like teenage boys, and it's coming up gaming. So these are people who like to gamble, and they like to game, like they like to play games, is what's coming up. Moving into the lack of awareness or awareness card, and this is clarified by the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune energy is just coming up that everything has an expiration date. So no matter what is happening with you right now, it may seem like it's been going on, and it does feel like it's been going on, and there's a lot of energy being put into it. Having said that, it's kind of like the energy of allowing yourself, once you really see what's going on and allow yourself to really understand more about what's going on, instead of like just being in this state of naivety, that you're going to be able to move forward. And if you've been on the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, it's moving up to the top, and these people are, what goes up must come down, and what and vice versa. So the next energy that we have, clarifying the harmony card, two cards came out, and that is the 5 of Cups and Judgment. So the 5 of Cups energy in this tarot, and this is the golden tarot of Klimt. The 5 of Cups is about protection, and about being transparent in relationships. This could be some information coming in to empower you to clarify a situation, because we have the Judgment card along with it. Remember, the Judgment card is in the upright, and in this tarot deck, the Judgment card is about choosing, having choice and resting, so that you can, it's coming up more resting your mind. Also, what's coming up is arresting. So, arresting energy, perhaps, of these abusive power people, because we did have 3 kings come up when we were using the playing cards. It feels like there's 3 strong authority figures, like in power, strong and having authority and power, that are involved in this abuse. And so this is about, having the choice to either let this push you into a more negative state, or being able to balance this energy, and with the 5 of Cups, and just being able to strengthen yourself to be in harmony. Harmony within creates harmony without. Then we have the heart chakra energy being clarified by the magician. And the magician energy is, quite the in my deck, in the oracle, the magician energy is a beautiful golden dragonfly stirring the water with her tail, stirring up, beautiful, wonderful energy. So the magician is, quite often people will think of the magician as being kind of scary or in that state. But the magician can be a magician, a golden magician or a dark magician. And this energy is the beginning of a journey, desire to improve personal strength and charisma. And so we want to strengthen that, staying authentic in your heart desires so that you can be your own magician and not give in to the energy that's being sent your way. The next card up is the Four of Wands. And this is defining the energy of using your third eye, once again about, being strong within yourself, using your voice, letting the truth, being in your authentic heart desires. And the Four of Wands energy is about the agreement, and this is coming up, agreement within yourself, prosperity, and being successful, being able to see opportunities regardless, using your third eye and your intuition to be able to see those opportunities. And the it's the sharing of happiness, like that's about going back to that sun energy and allowing the sunshine to come in. The integrity card was clarified by the Eight of Clubs, which is about pregnancy. And then the card that came out with the tarot is the world. And the picture on here is of a very pregnant woman about to give birth. So the world card, that energy is, coming up again. Excuse me. If you're not wanting to get pregnant, be careful because that pregnancy has come up more than once. But the world card is about happiness and emotional harmony and new births. So this could be about birthing a new business, a new relationship and love, just a new way of being for yourself. And that brings us to the father figures card, which is defined by the stars. It's more than one star in the Klimt tarot here, and this is actually in the reverse. So yeah, there's father figures here that are really trying to. It's just coming up almost like grab the stars out of the sky and control. Like these people have a god complex, like where they feel that they can actually control God, almost like that they're in a higher position. And this is really weak energy. Um, when for them, it's coming up, the energy of them thinking that they have more power than what they really do. And yeah, it's if you don't fall for it, the star energy is about serenity and protection from God, and beauty, and having hope, and tenderness, like being able to stay in that your authentic heart desires and not allowing them to harden your heart and to steal your stardom or your stars. And this is kind of ridiculous, actually, because, like the Wheel of Fortune card says, you everything is the one thing we can count on is change. So this is like n- nobody is going to control the stars in the sky and be able to grab them all and grab everybody's destiny. It may appear that that's what they're doing for some, for a short period of time, but it doesn't work out. Because the next card that's coming up on top of the Piscean energy and on top of the Ace of Clubs, which is a passion for new discovery, is the Chariot. And the Chariot energy is, this energy is about letting go of the reins, like let go of the reins, the emotions, let go of reactions, allow the Chariot to take you where, in a balanced state, to where your destiny is taking you. And this is totally in the upright with the Ace of Clubs, and overriding the Piscean energy of sink or swim. So this is like about, it's just coming up old boys club energy of people who are so used to having power over others and being able to abuse it and getting away with it, um, having way too many control issues here. And that takes us into the Sagittarian energy, which was defined by the King of Spades, and that's about, again, legalities. And what's coming up is the the card that defined it is the Seven of Wands in reverse. And so this energy, the Seven of Wands in reverse, this energy is about being in anxiety, embarrassment, confusion, and dangerous temptations. You gotta love the tarot. So we want to. This is coming up more regarding the abuse of power, and also being able to, for you to be strong in your authentic desires from your heart, moving forward into that generator energy. And that generator energy is defined by the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Pentacles energy in the Klimt Tarot is an energy, well, on top of the generator, the four, it's the four, oh, is it the four, sorry, it's the Four of Pentacles. I was thinking the Four of Hearts. And so this is the Four of Pentacles energy is more about profitable investments. That makes more sense. Okay, profitable investments. And this is more about, overcoming economic difficulties, and also those leading to concerns about how things appear or a person's actual appearance. So we're just going to strengthen everybody to being able to get into that generator energy in a strong way and letting go of this energy. I'm getting that appearances are not what they seem to be with this abusive energy. These people, their power is slipping and they are slipping. So this is, defining now that, energy of being in your purpose and being moving forward in a strong way. And this is defined by the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands energy is all about, and this is in the upright, it's about having that equilibrium and being strong in your healing and in your projects and having that optimistic outlook and defining it in that way, moving into the worldly and otherworldly desires. That is being clarified by the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands energy is about defense of your own interests. That makes total sense here. So we're just going to strengthen that. Being strong to defending yourself, your own interests, your growth, being vigilant, and having, like, protecting yourself. So being strong to, yeah, like not being swayed by this energy. It's almost like don't even give it a second thought. Just move forward and be strong to your growth. And that takes us into the ego energy, which is defined by the King of Cups. And the King of Cups energy, that energy is again about a strong masculine energy. And it's also not necessarily a male, but a strong masculine. And that's, I just got a ding there. So that is clarification over top of clarification. So the King of Cups is moral authority. It's about being able to be of help and of lessons learned, and also protection and guidance. So it's just saying that there, this energy of the King of Cups coming in on top of that ego, and about the worldly desires of letting go of that energy of someone that is in that King of Wands energy, someone that just wants to, wave their wand and gone here one day and gone the next. Not for every single one, but that's how it's coming up with this abuse of power. And that takes us into clarifying the Virgo energy about looking at details. And that is coming up the knave of the knave of wands. And so this energy coming in with the knave of wands is an energy of um, let's see, like in context with the six of clubs, yeah, the victory. So looking at the details, and then being analytical without being anal. And the knave is coming in the upright. So this is again clarifying or reinforcing the energy from the King of Cups as the help from a companion. This is friendship, good news. So this is victory. This is about really looking at the details and recognizing I'm just getting little details that will show you what is really going on with these people that are in this abusive state. It's kind of like they're doing their best to run the show, but people are walking out of the theater because everyone can see that the show is too unreal to be believable. And this takes us into defining the mother's worry, and this is the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords energy, this is a very, not taking any bullshit energy. This is about determination, sensual appeal, which attracts the devil for sure. An ability to recover. And this is about also courage. The Queen of Swords is very, this can be an energy of someone that's been through a long battle, and it looks like it has been, and is coming out of it and very clear, getting more clarity on the details and being more clear about who is beneficial and who isn't beneficial in this situation, and standing strong in that. The next card up is that is clarifying the zodiac sign of Cancer energy, is the Queen of Pentacles. And so we've got another queen here. And there are actually a lot of queens and kings. So it's just coming up again. People don't choose to be abusive and to do their best to steal power from people who don't have something powerful. So don't, this is again being engaged in your feelings, allowing your heart to be open and being able to feel those feelings, but at the same time, not allowing those feelings to stop, like to stop you from moving forward. And so we're just going to strengthen that energy, moving forward once again, and then being in for the energy of the sun that is defined by the high priestess. Yes. So the high priestess likes to hang out with the sunshine. The high priestess can't be fooled by this energy. There's a lot of major arcana cards coming out to define this energy. So we're just going to strengthen the energy of the high priestess coming in. And the high priestess is actually um, able to look at the situation and be able to, especially with the Queen of Swords being before this. This is about the high priestess knows this, the high priestess rides with God, and so the high priestess can see both the dark and the light, and is able to, you know, define that. And so it's about, you know, if you allow that sunshine energy to come in, that you will be able to be in the high priestess energy, and you pull that energy up so that you're able to really use that energy to be happy, to take the sunshine and to leave the rest is what's coming up. So this is about application of study and learning. So taking what you've learned from this experience rather and using it to, it's coming up, redefine the situation. Because I'm just looking at the underlying cards also here with the playing cards. And that brings us to the final card, the devil card. And this is about the, we have the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we also have the King of Pentacles on top of the King of Pentacles with the devil card. And that, or that we have the King of Pentacles, the King of Diamonds. Yeah. And so this is about that choice about, you know, staying, being a leader rather than a follower. So not following the devil. And then both of the kings, the King of Pentacles and the King of Diamonds, are in the upright. And this is really good energy, as opposed to the Nine of Pentacles being in reverse. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse is about weak faith, risk of failure, weak judgment, and excessive spending. So that is what's happening. I'm getting with these this group or groups of people who are in this abuse of power. This is so clear for the King of Diamonds to come out on top of this, and also the King of Pentacles to come up to clarify that energy in the upright. If you follow your judgment and lead yourself with that energy, this will be overcome, and in a really strong way. Whereas the people who give in to this devil energy, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, it's about poor judgment. So stay in the upright. This has been a really, I just love this reading because it has clarified a lot for myself. This is my first reading in this way that I'm sharing with all of you. And I really do appreciate, once again, any likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and if you feel so driven to for any donations, not necessary, but much appreciated. Bye for now, and I will put out another reading. It may not be tomorrow, but it will be timely. Thank you once again, and bye for now. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I am Colette Marie Steffen. I have a tale to tell from my oracle, Tales from the Vector. This is a general, timeless collective reading that will resonate with 80% of the collective on some level. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Do you love to multitask? Then this reading is for you. Sitting in front of a computer or TV screen automatically engages your logical mind, distracting you from feeling your intuitive hits. And the universe responds to action. So cleaning or working on your home and yard, walking, running, etc., or on the opposite end, laying or sitting in a meditative state while you listen will empower you to receive valuable information and strong energetic shifts. As always, if you are driving or operating machinery, give that your full attention. In this reading, the first card out defines the leading weakness. And the card that came out in the oracle is abuse of power, which is a karmic space. So abuse of power is something most of us have felt at some time in our life, if we've lived at all. And generally because there's abuse of power in institutions such as government, religions, families, etc. So abuse of power is, like, as I said, a common state because quite often abuse trickles down through generations from the grandparents to the parents, to you and your siblings. And quite often people don't even realize that this is a state of abuse. But before we begin the reading, I'm just going to take a minute for a quick energetic upgrade so you can receive the most benefit. So put some energy into your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the crown of your head. This is your biocomputer, and we're going to connect it on all levels to the higher self network, from your mind to your soul, oversouls, your higher self, the universe and God, back to the universe, to your higher self, oversouls, your soul, and into your mind, into your physical body through your brain, spine, heart, primordial cells, subcells, into the quantum field, molecular, atomic, subatomic, nuclei, subnuclei. So without further ado, here is my tale. What, as I said, the card that first came out is abuse of power, and I've explained in my oracle what the abuse of power card is. So we're just going to move forward into the next card, which is the innocence. And my innocence card would be equivalent to the star card in the tarot. And innocence is quite often confused with naivety. So life isn't fair, but you can choose to be fair yourself or fair to yourself. And you can choose to remain innocent and not become bitter without being naive. And of course, the next card that came up is swimming with sharks. And swimming with sharks is one of my tactics cards in the oracle, where this tactic is dissemination of information. So dissemination of information is when a group is, or an individual is doing their best to take down another group or a community of people, a family, etc., by confusing the information. And so the next card leads into the zodiac sign of Leo. In my oracle, when I'm doing a general collective reading, the zodiac signs don't represent people necessarily that are in that sign. It's more of a state of being. And the state of being for the Leo card is to be a leader or to follow. So this makes total sense with what's come up already. It takes a lot of courage and to be able to be a leader. Quite often, it can be very challenging. And so the energy here is about not falling for the dissemination of information and remaining strong within yourself to lead yourself with integrity and with your heart's desires, not being swayed by a group of people who probably, if they're in a state of abuse, don't have your best interests at heart. And this moves us into the lack of awareness card. So if you're listening to my reading, you're probably quite aware. Having said that, what's coming up weak is the subconscious mind. And so lack of awareness comes when the subconscious mind, which is formed by the time you're 6 or 7, and your unconscious mind, your spiritual experiences, and being strong to your conscious mind so that you're able to bring the information from both into your conscious state of being. And so this is speaking of the abuse of power once again, and the leading weakness in this is the subconscious mind. So it's coming up experiences from when you were very young that led you to believe that you weren't able to be a leader, or that you were abused in some way. Abuse can come in many degrees and forms, and children don't come with a manual, so it's really a common. That's why this is such a common state, or a common space of karma. And moving into the harmony card. So what this is speaking of is when we have our subconscious, our conscious, and our unconscious minds congruent with each other, and we can gather all the information together, we're able to use our throat chakra to be able to speak our truth and to be able to see it and hear it. And this is moving into the next card, which is the heart chakra energy. So this is the saying on this card is that falling or failing in love is a matter of I. So no one can love you any more than you love yourself. So when you choose to love yourself and to stay strong in your ability to speak your truth, then you are going to attract more loving situations. It may not seem like it if you're surrounded by this abusive energy. Having said that, that's where that Leo energy is coming in so strong, where you really want to make that choice to be able to be a leader rather than a follower, so you don't get caught up in other people's decisions or choices that they're doing their best to make for you. That leads us into the next card, which is insightful. And insightful is about using your third eye. And so the third eye energy is about that intuition. And so being really strong, as I said, the logical mind will quite often get in the way of intuition, because we'll receive an intuitive hit and then feel like, oh, it's not logical. Intuitive hits are rarely logical. So don't be worried if your intuitive hits aren't logical. But what you want to do to be in a really strong leadership role for yourself and for others is to be able to use your intuitive hits and then apply logic to that. That takes us into the next card, which is integrity. I just love how these cards are, fell out. Like the oracle is just speaking all about this abuse of power energy. And the integrity card is about, of course, integrity, like standing strong in your energy, but also it's about being integrated and being able to, yeah, be in a position of having the subconscious, unconscious, and conscious mind strong to your reality and integrated. And then we are moving into the father figures card. And so the father figures is just saying that there is a father figure involved here, and this could be your father, you could be a father. It also is coming up, they call Roman Catholic priests fathers. I don't know if they call other religious, ministers that, but I know in Roman Catholic they do. And also, it could be the father of your children. Yeah, that's there's. It's an authoritative figure that you look up to as a father figure, and that's moving us into the Piscean energy, the zodiac sign of Pisces. And the zodiac sign of Pisces is the most mature water sign. And this energy is sink or swim. So we have been in the age of Pisces for the last 2,600 and some years. And we just moved in the last few years, we just moved into the age of Aquarius. So the age of Aquarius is more about intelligence and AI and technology and using the mental facilities. And so, with the Piscean energy, the symbol for that is two fish tied together at the tail, trying to swim in the same direction. And so, quite often, what this is speaking about is the feelings overcoming the emotions overcoming the logic, or and perhaps swimming in a struggle and never being able to go with the current is what's coming up. And the next card we're moving into is the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, in a strong state, is very optimistic. It's about adventure, moving forward with your goals. And this energy is either contraction in a weak state or expansion in a strong state. So we always want to be able to have the desire for adventure and the ability to have an adventurous spirit to move into new places, new careers, new relationships, etc. So that is the energy that is going to allow you to be able to expand into the energy of the next card, which is the generator. And this is a beautiful golden dragon sitting on her crystal generator. And she's in the flow of life without a concern, because she's in her integrity and she's in a powerful position because of that. On the in the 3D, that may not be so apparent, but what's coming up is because she's sitting on this beautiful crystal generator that is so powerful. The abuse of power is about trying to take that from her. So you want to be strong to expansion, and not contracting and not allowing this beautiful flowing energy to come into your life. And the next card that comes up is devotion. And this is equivalent in the tarot, it would be to temperance. This is also Sagittarian energy. And so, but this is about having the patience to be able to stay in that state and of being able to have, and it's coming up purpose, being strong to career and life path. So when your career is strong to your purpose in life, it makes it much more able for you to be able to be in a state of